So we're doing things a little different tonight on the Boys Podcast.
Just a little different.
We're doing our intro before the episode.
I would say nude. Doing it not in the nude.
Do pasties count? 'Cause that's all I'm wearing.
Yeah. We're raw dogging this intro.
Dude, our chairs probably smell awesome.
I bet.
Like hot theater ass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is, but...
Hot theater ass?
Yeah, but the good news is that these come out on Friday morning. So if you're listening to this hot off the press, hot off the phone, I don't know.
Hot off the web?
Let me ask you something. How do you listen to podcasts? Is it your phone?
Phone.
Never at a computer?
Maybe if I know I have a full day of really nothing to do, or I'm going to be working on my computer, but I don't need, you know what I mean? Like I can listen to shit sometimes at home, but man, I'm going to say like 99% of the time it's on a phone.
It's a phone.
Yeah.
I feel like my phone is first and foremost a music and podcast listening device. I use it way more for podcasts.
Sure.
And Spotify, Pandora, if I'm feeling explorative.
I think Spotify. I was doing Pandora for a while, and Spotify just fucking kicked their ass.
Well, it's different. Like when I get up on Saturday and me and the missus are making breakfast, I like Pandora because it's kind of like mindless. Like I pick a station. Let's say I pick like one of my favorites is it's usually like band radio. Yeah. Blank radio. Well, my go-to is Brian Jonestown Massacre radio. I'm a fan of Brian Jonestown Massacre.
And you probably get a wide swath of bands on that too.
You do, and I just like that sound in general. I just like kind of I don't know, like some people say it's like, psychedelic rock. Okay. The early stuff is kind of shoegazy without being like crazy loud. Right. So it paints a wide swath of colorful sounds to listen
palette.
to. It is a palette. It's great breakfast music. Sure. I don't know if I've mentioned this before to you, but also I downloaded the WFMU app. Did I bring this up before?
No.
Okay, so Austin turned me onto this last time they had to get together at their house. WFMU has their own app, and it's all from their radio station. They're a free-form radio station, and they have some of the strangest shit. Like, they have one, I wish I remembered what it was called, but all they play, it's one guy that hosts it, and I think it's an hour, maybe it's a 2-hour show per week, but all he plays is old cylinders.
You were telling me about that, yeah.
I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but yeah,
I think we did.
Well then, shit, I'm repeating myself, just like an old cylinder would do.
Like an old cylinder.
But yeah, it's really cool. That makes great breakfast music as well, breakfast cooking music.
I'll have to check that app out.
But when I vacuum, it's got to be Spotify. It's got to be Slipknot.
Yeah, you got to get like into it,
dude.
Got to get like heavy.
When I vacuum and when I mow, I guess when I clean house and when I mow, I want like heavy music. Like, have you ever mowed to Meshuggah?
No.
Dude, it's tight.
Really?
Oh, dude, you're just fucking pushing like that mower.
You're murdering the grass?
Yeah, yes. You're fucking assaulting the grass, the earth. I love that band, Assault the Earth. They were with Meshuggah.
Were they?
Last time they played the Diamond Ballroom.
Yeah, Assault the Earth.
Anyways, try it. What I'm trying to say is try it next time because it pumps you up.
I have to do that tomorrow, so I'll do that tomorrow.
Are you mowing tomorrow?
I'm mowing tomorrow. I've been putting it up. I do it like once a week. But around these parts, that's not a good idea. It's just that with those crabgrass weeds that pop up and make your yard look shitty.
It's funny. So last Saturday, I get up, we make breakfast, make some coffee, hot coffee, and so then we sit on the couch and we're just like watching some TV. I think we were catching up on an episode of Big Brother. And it gets to be about 2 p.m. It's a nice, lackadaisical Saturday afternoon. Okay. And it's hot. Hot outside.
Yeah, it's hot too, boy.
These Oklahoma days are real scorchers right now. So what do? I look out the front door, take a look at the grass, and tell myself, 2:30, heat index of about 104. I think it's time to mow. So I psych myself out.
Yeah.
I do my primo ritual.
Sure.
It's a primo ritual.
Primo. It's
But,
a primo.
So I do my primo ritual, my primo ritual. And then I psych myself out. I'm ready to mow. What happens? My sweet wife, my loving, caring, wonderful wife tells me, I'll mow the front yard. I'm elated because in her 34 years, 33, she'll be 34 in a week. In her 33 and 11.5 twelfths of life, she's never mowed. Ever.
Really? So she wanted to
Never.
She just wanted to go wing it?
Yep. She last summer she offered to do it, and I was like, no, it's okay, I got it. But this summer I took her up on the offer. I thought, you know what? We've been together almost 8 years.
How'd she do?
She did great.
Really?
The yard looked great. Okay, so here's how it went down. I busted out the weed eater, filled it up with gas, oil mixture, natch, primed the pump, fired it up, pulled the mower out. Well, turned the weed eater off. Then I pulled the mower out. I was actually mowing with one hand and weed eating with the other hand. It was sweet. No, so I get the mower out, fill it up with gas, prime that pump, respectively, start it, get it started. Because, mowers are kind of a bitch to start.
Yeah, they are.
And I take the mower to the front yard where it's her playground. It's like,
have at it.
Have at it. I explain how to keep it lined up in great dad detail. You keep the wheel on the other side of the grass, or it ain't just gonna cut. You're gonna leave little slits. You're gonna leave little slit growth. Yeah, I hate slit growth.
I do too.
I really hate it when you mow the yard and you see a slit growth.
Oh no, yeah. It's when you go down that next row and you're like, God damn it, and you go back over it again.
But if you have to go back, then you fuck up your beautiful lines.
That's true.
Because you see the wheel marks, and that really gets my goat. In fact, I should get a goat.
That way you can say, it gets my goat.
Well, and I wouldn't have to mow.
That's true.
Anyways,
the yard.
Back to the yard. Back to the front yard. So
Is that a Weezer album? Back to the front yard.
I love that album. Anyways, so I thought, okay, she wants to mow. I'm gonna set her free in the front yard.
Okay.
And I explain, set her free, and I start weed eating. And boy, am I happy. Because number one, I'm weed eating.
You're in the zone.
Yeah. Feeling good about life. Number two, I'm calculating in my head all the time I'm saving by her mowing the front yard while I'm weed eating. And that's less for me to mow.
Okay.
Our front yard and our backyard are vastly different. Our front yard, the grass is nice. It's relatively
smaller area.
Small. It's a small square. And the grass is nice. The nature's floor is all just flat. There's no bumps, craziness. The backyard is like a swamp, a jungle, and a desert combined, all in
that's like my backyard.
1,000 square feet or however big it is, 1,500.
And then landmines of dog shit.
Yes. Which, I know this is like an old classic comedy bit, but when we were kids, do you remember when dog shit was white?
No, I don't.
Oh man, growing up, I remember dog shit being like a nice dried out pile of dog shit.
Oh yeah,
in my
dried out
parents'
and old.
yard was like white. It was like ashy grayish white.
Yeah, now it's like black.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Is it the food that we're feeding?
I'll tell you what it is.
I'm telling you, it's the PSYOPs technocrats coming in with their black helicopters. I can't take it.
It's black helicopters. It's black dog shit. It's taking over FEMA camps. We have been listening to some Alex Jones. I check in with him every once in a while.
You have to see how he's doing, making sure he's okay.
Yeah. I love it. I love just to hear his take on anything current events.
Oh yeah. It's always a false flag. Everything's a fucking false flag. The government's they're coming to take your guns. Their banks are going to fail. You got to buy gold, silver.
Yep. Water purification
tablets for your shower, because it gets into your skin, and then that's how it gets in your brain, and that's how they go. I'm angry.
It's funny. He's like a fucking tea kettle, man. Because he'll start talking like this, people. Okay, it's a technocracy. Bernie Sanders is an idiot. Hillary Clinton is the queen of Wall Street, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna side with Trump because I'm just steaming, and I'm gonna be pouring in my French press, and he's just fucking insane.
After the commercial break them when I'm gonna take your calls. All right.
He's awesome in a bad way.
Yeah.
Back to the yard.
Anywho,
Sorry.
the yard.
I digress. So she
mowed
mows
an InfoWars logo in your front yard.
Yes. She mows the front yard, and it was funny because like I weed eated the front, didn't take me very long. Weed eated the back. I come back around, she's just finishing up the front yard, and boy is she not feeling this.
Not happy about it,
dude. She did a great job, and to her credit, she stuck it out. She really stuck it out, but she was fucking beat.
Yeah.
She went hard. I'm giving her credit here.
But it was 105 degrees outside.
So she
first timer
goes inside. She goes inside, and she's like, plopping around inside. And then I mow the backyard, come in, and I mean, dude, like a third of the way into the backyard, I was like, this is ridiculous. What are we? Why are we doing this now? Is it a government conspiracy? No. So we go grab some food later, and then come back to the house. And she went to bed at 7 p.m. She was so
heat exhaustion?
I think she got overheated, man. Like, she didn't get burnt, but I'm pretty sure she had heat exhaustion because she was seriously like, she was like a rag doll when we got home from eating. And there's really no point to this story other than why in the world would I pick that time of day to do that?
The hottest time of day. I always try to do it either early in the morning, and early in the morning is like 10 a.m., or like right before the sun goes like all the way down. But that's just me.
I feel like when it comes to a Saturday that, I don't get up and do it super early because I don't really sleep in, but I want to sleep later than I usually do.
Wake up around like 9.
Yeah, 9, 9:30 at the latest. That's like sleeping in to me now. And then, I get up and we make the breakfast and we hang out for a while. And then I start feeling guilty. Like, well, I need to do something. It's my day off. And, being the guilt-riddled person I am, it's like, I got to do something now. I can't wait till sunset.
No.
Even though if I did, I could still get it done.
So many hours in a day.
I could still get it done. It would still be the same yard, ain't going nowhere. And it would actually buy me about like 6 hours till the next time I have to mow, respectively.
Sure. Yeah.
So, big props to my wife for mowing. I don't think she'll ever do it again.
Well, now she knows what you go through.
Right.
Right.
It was a trial by fire.
Robbie, it's hard being a man. Can we just say that? It's hard being a man.
It's hard.
That's a joke. It's an obvious joke. Don't get mad, feminists.
It's hard being anyone.
It's hard being a person. It's hard being on this planet. This is government. There's one world government trying to control us all.
We're going to be joined tonight by Randy Heyer. And he is a friend of ours.
Solid dude.
It's funny, and I want to bring this up on the show, so we'll see how it goes. But I don't know if I've ever expressed this to Randy. I think that I have. But he's truly one of my favorite people. And what I mean by that is not closest friend, but just from an outsider. Like, I just kind of like, I look at Randy like I look at a painting.
Yes.
Like, I just enjoy him.
Yeah.
I enjoy what he offers as far as music, commentary,
exactly,
insight, humor, good looks, all of it. He's a total package.
Yeah.
And we invited him on, kind of a last minute deal. So we're really happy for him to be here. And before we get to the interview, the last thing I want to say is just, if you made it this far, you probably already know by now, but if you go to boyspodcast.com, once again, it's a hub of all things boys. And we have our email there, Instagram, Twitter, all of our episodes. There's a donate button. If you like what you hear and you want to throw us a few bucks,
please throw some bucks.
Throw us some bucks.
Throw a couple bucks.
It makes us feel so good.
Well, it definitely shows. I mean, all the likes and the shares, that definitely shows that that you like it, obviously, and you're listening and you give a shit. I've gotten a lot of interpersonal, out in public people I don't even know telling me how much they love our podcast, and that feels really good. That feels nice too. So yeah, keep doing that and donate if you want to donate. And thanks to those who have.
But if you donate, people, listen closely.
You don't use your credit card or PayPal. It's a tracking device, Pokemon Go, and the goddamn one world government.
Listen, people, only donate in Bitcoin. I'm Alex Jones, and this is Boys Podcast. podcast.
Hey, bro, what are you drinking? Oh, this? It's an Anthem Arjuna. What about you? Just beer? Oh.
This episode of Boys is brought to you in part by Anthem Brewing Company, located in the heart of Oklahoma City.
Check them out online at anthembrewing.com.
If it is an anthem,
It's just beer.
All right.
Welcome to Boys Podcast.
And we're here with our friend Randy tonight.
Randy.
So
It was from earlier we were doing that.
before we started tonight, we took a little listen to a little group you might have heard of, Alabama. They have a recent album. I wouldn't call it a new album. It's somewhat recent. And they decided the best way to market their new album was to make an appearance on a home shopping network. And they did a live in-studio performance. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there that's looking for some entertainment.
Definitely entertainment.
But yeah, it's something else. The name of the song is Southern Drawl. And it's funny because when you showed up tonight, one of the first things out of your mouth was that I slipped into a Southern accent when I was offering you a beer.
Uh-huh.
And
But it was like a Georgia accent, kind of.
like a real Georgia accent.
Midnight in the garden of good and evil.
I don't remember exactly what I even said, but it was. Do you remember what I said?
It was like, would you like a beard, sir? I don't know what you said.
It was something like, well, we have a couple different kinds of beer. We have Miller Lite, and then we have some good beers.
Yeah, we have
some good beers.
Something like that.
Perhaps we take a trip to the fancy shelf and
Kevin Spacey shit.
Yeah, man.
So how you doing, Randy?
I'm doing good.
Thanks for coming over, man.
Dude, thanks for having me.
It's funny, like this is the end of our work week.
Yes.
Oh, for real?
Tomorrow marks our Saturday, so to speak.
Really?
Yeah, it's tight, dude. We work together now, and I work with Big Lee.
Yeah.
And shout out to Big Lee. Thanks for all the help this week.
Shout out to Big Lee.
I find it very charming that you call him Big Lee.
Yeah, dude.
I just think it's like a funny nickname, like because he so doesn't seem like a Big Lee. You know, like he doesn't come off as somebody who would be called Big Lee. I don't think he wants to
go by a Lee exactly either, but it's like, we've been friends for a long time.
I think you're probably the only person that would get away with calling him Big Lee. Like, I can't call him Big Lee.
No, yeah, if I were to go up to him, like, say it like at a bar or something, like, hey, Big Lee, you need anything? like, the fuck did you just call me?
Like, hey, I'm gonna get a beer. Big Lee, you good?
Big Lee, you
good? It might be kind of weird. I don't know.
What if I was like, hey, I'm gonna get a good beer. Big Lee, you good?
I want to get a real good beer.
You should start. We need to brush up on our Southern gentility, like gentility. How do you say that?
Gentility?
Gentility? I want to be a Southern I want to be a genteel Southern gentleman.
I just think that's so lame. Like, to me,
everything's better with a Southern drawl.
Are you? Let me ask you this. I know you're a big movie guy. What are your thoughts on Gone with the Wind?
I saw it in like 9th grade. I don't know. It's kind of
takeaway.
It was kind of boring.
It's fucking boring, dude.
There's that part where she goes into like that makeshift hospital and they're like amputating that guy's leg. That was really.
I mean, it's
terrifying.
racist as shit.
Is it now? Okay, hold on.
I don't remember. I just remember it being boring.
Let's not get hasty, Josh.
Sorry,
let's not jump to conclusions.
Let us not jump to conclusion. For the time, it was about it was a different time, and yes, race was definitely I mean, there were slaves, for Christ's sake.
Okay.
I mean,
just because there's slaves in the movie though does not make the movie racist.
But the way that people were talking, no, it doesn't. I guess not.
You're such a fucking liberal.
It's also sexist.
Is it? I just remember.
I don't know. I know it's boring.
I'm sure it's got some problems. It's from like 1939,
right?
Totally.
So inherently, there's going to be some issues.
But like, yeah, it's just kind of like boring.
I just remember my aunt when I was young and I lived with my grandmother for a while. My aunt, who also lived there, she was real into Gone with the Wind. I mean, like as into Gone with the Wind as anybody could be into Gone with the Wind.
How old was this aunt at the time?
I was 14.
Okay.
I was 13, 14 years old. And man, this makes me a bad nephew, but I want to say that she was probably in her early 20s. I don't know her exact age. That makes me feel terrible.
Your aunt?
Yeah. She's not much older than I am.
Okay.
She's my dad's much younger sister.
But she had like posters and a t-shirt and some shit, right?
Oh, no. She had figurines. She had like
What?
very porcelain, very expensive, ornate,
Oh boy.
possibly hand painted, possibly figurines, plates. Big. My grandma was into
Frankly,
this too.
my dear, I don't give a damn. Isn't that the...
Yeah. No,
does she have like
frankly,
a
Scarlet. Mm-hmm.
I want to. I hope she had like a pie plate or something ceramic with that picture in it, and then that quote around it. Like
It wasn't a pie plate, but it was like, no, it was a pie plate. They
I
were
bet it
pie
was.
plate sized. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was thinking pie tin. I was like, wait, why would she collect pie tins?
people.
Trashy.
If you're into Gone with the Wind, you might collect pie tins.
She had, dude, this is how into this she was. She had all these figures, but they weren't even displayed. She had them like rat holed away in the closet. And not because she was ashamed of them, because she didn't want anything to happen to them. And now I guarantee that they were sold in a garage sale or something.
Well, if she has them kind of squirreled away, even if it's like keep them nice or whatever, you know, I mean, that's still a sign of like she's growing up, you know. It's like maybe, you know, I'll put these away and it's like, it is because I want to keep them nice. But at the same time, I'm going to sell these in a garage sale for like $1 a piece in 10 years, you know.
It's like I was at my parents' house recently-ish, and my mom gave me this giant box, and it was filled with all these toys that I kept from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always buy 2 of each toy, one to keep in the package and one to play with. So
That's a collector thing to do.
Yeah, and a lot of them
say.
were still in the package, and some of them were out of the package, and the package was broken. I was like, what the hell is this about? Oh, well, you know, a long time ago, the kids wanted to play with them. Like, you did not just open up my fucking Gambit and let the kids play with them.
You bought double toys?
Yeah. I had to. I wanted to play with
Were you
one.
an only child?
No, middle child. Worse. Middle child.
The opposite of an only child. The
I had
dreaded
I had a
middle
lot
child.
of toys. I was
Yeah.
an only child, but yeah.
I had a lot. Okay,
I
so
never had show toys though. I was
No,
always like,
those-
if I
those-
can't
no.
open that shit,
No.
fuck it.
But that's
I
the
don't
thing.
want it if I can't open
No,
it.
I wanted one to keep because I wanted to have, I guess in my mind, I thought they'd be worth some money someday, or maybe just something to look back on, because I knew if I played with them, I'm going to fuck them up. Definitely fuck them up. Like, I blew them. Like, I didn't just like
Blew them?
I sucked their dicks. No, like,
I could
You
just see
blew
like
them up. No, I know what you mean. I blew up all my G.I. Joes, dude.
like buried in the back. I remember in high school I was mowing the
graveyard.
backyard. Yeah, and I mowed over and like then an arm of like a fucking Cobra Commander. Like,
Yeah, dude.
what? I buried Cobra Commander like 10 years or whatever. You know, like that kind of shit. So I knew I was gonna fuck these toys up. So you got to keep I can see the squirreling away of things for that reason.
right.
Well, Big Lee, dude, he squirreled away like a ton of like original Star Wars toys, and he made some money on that shit. So,
Dude, that is such a Big Lee thing to
I mean,
do.
it is.
It is. It's classic Big
And
Lee.
it's so weird. He's not like
He's gonna fucking hate this.
everything. Yeah. Well, no, man.
He won't listen.
Everything you know about him, you wouldn't be like, that guy has like a shitload of Star Wars
Right.
toys.
No. Yeah, when he told me that, he told me, it's like, we go to lunch together. He works with us as well. And he's like, yeah, I got to do something about all these Star Wars toys. I'm like, what do you mean? Did you just buy some on eBay and trying to flip them? He's like, no, man, I've had them for years, and I got to do something with them. They're probably worth some money. And like a couple days later, he's like, yeah, they're worth like a couple grand. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Smart man, Big Lee.
Yeah. He is smart. He's smart as shit, man.
He really is. He's one of the smartest people I know.
Yeah.
I'm not bullshitting.
He knows everything about everything.
He's a bit of a Renaissance man.
He is.
very
I
true.
mean, that's what I'm saying is like, he's like a complex figure because like, I found out he had Star Trek. I keep saying Star Trek. I keep thinking Star Trek.
Are you a Trekkie?
I like Star Trek.
Okay.
We can talk about, because that movie's coming out on Friday. I have thoughts about that if you want to hear. But
Josh has thoughts about that too. Go
I
ahead.
do.
anyway, I found out he had Star Wars toys like 7 years into knowing him, and it like really blew my mind, kind of,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, that what I call that is
You
a
gotta have
classic.
him on here, ambush him with some Star Wars.
Dude, to me, that something like that's a classic big league curveball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta ask him about his jeans. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Okay.
All right.
But if you have him on here,
Jeans with a J or G?
No, just be like blue jeans.
Okay, blue jeans.
Yeah.
I'll ask him about his jeans.
Yeah.
I could go
So-
anywhere with that, though. I mean, I've always said
Let's just let that hang there, though.
He should be
Alright.
an adjunct college professor and teach. I don't know what it would, maybe a general. Because it's like he'll talk about something, you'll bring up something like, and then like, how do you store all that information in your brain? I can't do it. I can't do it.
He's one of those people that just has like a wide knowledge base.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff he
That's
knows
awesome.
about, it's not like he's like a scholar on it, but he knows a hell of a lot more than I do about a lot more things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I always just kind of feel like a simpleton.
Somewhere Atlee is just like, can feel us like stroking his ego. You know?
He's sitting back in that Big Lee style.
Supreme wave of pleasure
And his
just
Eames era
overcame my
chair.
body for some reason. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so enough about Atlee.
So you have feelings on the Star Trek movie?
Oh, I don't know. It's just like, I forgot that it was even, maybe it's in 2 weeks. They're not going up against Ghostbusters. That's today.
I don't.
That came out
Ghostbusters today?
midnight tonight, right?
Oh, shit, I need to go see that this weekend.
Star Trek is
Next
next week.
Okay.
I just forgot that they were even like, I was like, man, I can't believe they're still even like doing this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I think at this point, people, you know how they like re-release movies every now and then and shit, but it's always.
You talking about like a reboot?
No, I'm talking like on Sundays they'll show like
Old school
Gone with the
movies.
Wind or
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
but it's like Back to the Future. It's always just like the same. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Vacation, things like that.
I saw JFK, actually. That was kind of cool. Even though I had seen it before, and it's like 3 hours to sitting in a theater watching it. It was like,
Okay, so
Yeah.
you lost me for a second, but I think you found me again.
I'm sorry,
You're talking
dude.
about
The classic
theater
yeah.
show.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Old movies.
That was a big tangent. I'm just saying, I would like totally go see any of the like Star Trek movies with William Shatner and shit. If they just like re-release those,
yeah.
like you don't need to like spend more money
Making
or
a new
even
one.
do anything different, like restore it, but like don't change it in any way, and just like release any of them.
It's weird that they
Even
haven't
5,
done that. They have like 10
yeah.
to go on, right?
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, even if they were like First Contact is back in theaters for some reason, I'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck yes.
What was the one with the whale?
Part 4, dude. I have the poster
Yeah.
in my living room. That's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, even that one.
The part when McCoy goes into like a hospital in modern day and he's like, dialysis. What is this? The Dark Ages?
Whoa. I've never, big surprise, Randy. I've never seen a Star Trek
Well, that
movie.
makes no sense. No wonder you were just kind of like looking at me when I said that. But like,
Makes no sense.
Bones is the best character.
Yeah, yes.
Bones?
Yeah, the doctor.
Dr. McCoy.
Dr. McCoy.
Goes by Bones.
Yeah, but the trio, the power trio of the original Star Trek series is Kirk, who's like the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then Spock is the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Gordy.
Bones is the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're equal parts to the whole.
Yeah. Spock is like cold and logical, but
Calculating, yeah.
like, I don't know. Maybe Bones is the heart and Kirk is the soul. Either way, we can all agree that Spock is the brain.
Yeah.
And it's awesome when they're like, just like the episodes that are like just about them being like, you know, like working together to solve like impossible problems and stuff. Like, man, I love Star Trek.
I've been seeing a lot of Star Trek stuff around lately. I don't know if it's because that Star Trek Beyond is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
Is coming out. But like I've been going, you go to the grocery store and like you're waiting to check out and there's the magazines rack right there.
Mm-hmm.
And like almost every single fucking one, regardless of what the magazine is about, has Star Trek, but it's Shatner and Nimoy. It's not the new one. And I'm wondering, maybe I'm just not thinking, is there an anniversary of something coming up, or are they just trying to play on the Star Trek coming out?
I don't know.
I would imagine they're probably trying to tap into any sort of nostalgia to make a buck.
Which looks like kind of dog shit to me. It looks like kind of a dog shit movie.
Yeah.
You weren't saying that when we saw the trailer.
Oh, was I?
you were wink wink when we saw Ninja Turtles in the theater.
Well, I've got to see that trailer a lot more now, and we talked about that before. They give way too much away with trailers now, and then they just keep putting out more and more and more with the trailer. So the first time you see it, you're like, this looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the movie has to come out for 3 months, and then 2 months later you see an extended trailer. It's like, I just saw the whole fucking movie. Why go see this movie? But no, it visually looks stunning.
That's not even what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about your fucking existential crisis you had during the movie.
Oh, yeah, that. Okay. So, Star Trek Beyond. Yeah, I get these occasional, it's always in the movie theater, and I don't know what it is. Maybe you can help me with this? Because you go to movies a lot. Like a lot.
So, yeah.
You might be the number one movie buff that I know.
Yeah.
Both in theater and home box office.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I go to a lot of movies.
So I go
see
to
everything.
movies every now. I mean, I go to movies a lot, but it's like maybe at least once a year, no more than twice a year. I'll get this existential, eventually I'm gonna die thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's being in that dark theater, and the sound, like, and seeing things on a big. I don't know what it is, but during that Star Trek trailer, I was a little
wink wink
about to just about to enjoy some fucking Ninja Turtles, man.
He went to visit Dr. Bone.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
So
Dr. Green,
the trailer
you a call.
the trailer comes on, and the whole trailer basically deals with like death and dying and like all that stuff, and I go fuck, and it just hit me.
What is Star Trek?
Death and dying? Yeah, the trailer. It's about like, well, this trailer's about like, we gotta. What is it?
I thought you were gonna say. I was like, man, people wasted time making this movie.
Well, that's mine. That's the other one. I'm
going to waste my life thinking about it.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe my existential movie theater crisis are that.
This, yeah.
I'm in a movie. Why am I in here for 2.5 hours watching this bullshit movie? Maybe that's what it is. Because the first time it happened was in that movie Dredd. The Judge Dredd reboot.
I didn't like that movie, man.
It was violent as fuck. Have you seen that one, Rob?
Some people...
Big surprise, no.
Oh, it was super violent, and I was, again, wink winked. I don't go to the movies unless I'm wink winked, by the way.
Yeah, you just stepped out of the mystery machine.
Yeah.
Spicoli style.
Spicoli.
Yeah. Bagel and
Bagel and pants.
You were... Yeah.
Why has that not been a Halloween costume?
What is...
Spicoli?
Like just a bagel and your jeans and a Hawaiian shirt undone.
Dude, I'm going to go... You know I have a dog now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to perm my hair, maybe. And I'm going to go as Turner and take my dog with me. And he'll be Hooch.
Okay, that's a very good idea. However, man, you're going to fucking regret that. Like, no, actually,
perming my hair?
You have no regrets. That's why I love you.
Yeah.
No, not the perming. You're not going to regret that at all.
Having your dog at a party.
Having my dog. Yeah. No, you're dead. You're right.
Yeah.
You're like 100%. And Liz is like, let's take the dog with us. Like everywhere we go.
Dude,
I'm like, no. It's always just like no, please. I know, like it'd be awesome if we could just bring him with us, and he'd be like, cool, chill, like soldier, just like
the dog
out.
from Sublime.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Blue Dog.
He'll bring me like a fucking some heroin or whatever,
or like an old English
he'll bring
40.
me a Corona.
Yeah.
And like I'll play like my classical guitar.
No, I often come
Someday
across
I'm
that.
hoping that he'll become that dog. You know,
Once he gets older and chills out, dogs
Yeah.
are okay. That's the thing.
He's a puppy.
Exactly, and that's what you have to remember. Dude, dogs are fucking dumb when they're young. And this takes years to overcome. I lucked out with my dog. I got her when she was 2, so she was out of that puppy phase. She was still kind of a puppy, but she wasn't a fucking idiot. And she was a shelter dog, so she was like, and she was just like a little timid. But dude, like, dogs fucking suck at first, man. Like, even I know you love your dog, and I know your dog's a good dog. He's getting older. I feel like he's kind of maturing, but dude, you can't tell me that dog hasn't fucking pissed you off.
Dude.
Like tear some shit up, or, you know, be loud, or like, I don't know, man. Like
shit.
Yeah.
At this
maybe
point,
eating some weed, maybe. Like, yeah.
Hello. Dog's got to get his. But seriously though, like
chewing up really important stuff.
Yeah.
Like constantly,
all the time, like new shoes. or
Yeah.
a fucking guitar cable or
Well,
something.
not even like, it's like my shoes, my dog craftily somehow chewed up my shoelace to where it was like threadbare for like a few days until it finally just like busts when I'm like walking through.
So
like,
you don't notice
I'm
until...
like far away from my
He
house.
fucking time bombed your ass.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
he calculated that. He probably, I imagine that shoelace being between his teeth, and he's like, okay, one sinewy thread left.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, he knew, dude.
He's like a Sherlock Holmes
and then
villain,
but then
dude.
he puts it right back to where you left. He's like, yeah,
Slow
motherfucker.
burn, man.
He's like, ask me who's a good boy again.
Yeah,
Fucker. Yeah. At this point in my dog owning career,
Uh-huh.
Olivia's getting older, man. She's my wonderful, beautiful, sweet, friendly Boston Terrier. She's now about 10 years old, almost 11. And it's starting to show, man.
Yeah.
She's getting the gray hair around her
She
eyes.
she was playing around just now.
She still got it.
Yeah.
But dude, she's getting
Yeah,
older.
no, I hear you.
Like I can see
hear
it,
you.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
And at this point, as much as I love her, she's like my child because I don't have a child. So she's the closest thing I have to a child.
Yeah.
Having said that, I will not get another fucking dog.
Really?
For a while, dude. And not to say I'll never have one.
More of a cat man.
No, just no more anything, dude.
Really?
Like I like we got the kitten Puff, the crazy big gray cat. Beautiful cat, sweet cat. But it's another fucking cat. But when Olivia kicks the bucket, man, I don't know if I can go through that puppy phase again. Not that I went through the puppy phase with Olivia, but I've had other dogs.
No, you just get
growing
an
up.
old dog.
Then who am I going to teach new tricks to?
You don't teach him anything. You just have that chill fucking sublime dog.
You go from dad, like the concept of dad, to like actually being a dad. At that point, you take all these posters down and you paint the walls baby blue
Or baby pink?
Hey,
No, hey,
don't
fuck
put
you
your
guys,
colors
yeah.
on me.
We're gonna do it yellow, maybe.
Neutral. Just or fuck it black, man. Make that kid goth from birth.
Oh,
Oh, who's this cat?
That's-
Esteban.
Yeah, speaking of
Do you
cats.
guys remember those commercials? Oh my god, do you guys know
The Esteban
you know,
guitars?
You know Dustin Wallace, right? Let me tell
Uh,
you a little sort of a short story. It could be long, but one time
By all means.
I went to OSU and I was like, I freaked out and I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this right now. And so it was like, it got really kind of fucked up and stuff. I was like, I'm out of here. So I quit like mid semester. And then I was like, I'm just going to like, I need to drive away, like real far away. And so I planned a trip to drive in my truck to Toronto. And I was like, hey, Dustin, do you want to drive to Toronto with me? And he was like, yeah, dude, cool. And so we went to Toronto and it's like really fucking far away.
Yeah, I would say that's an understatement. Toronto is very far away from here.
But I mean, we could do like a 10-part podcast on like me telling stories about this. But my point is, we got to like Mississauga Bay, which is like, there's actually a place they press like a shitload of records and stuff in that town, but it's just like a shitty like little suburb, I guess, of Toronto. And we were in this motel and we were just getting like fucking drunk as shit. And we were watching this infomercial that played for hours, and it was the Esteban like starter guitar thing. And like, yeah, I'll just like never forget that, being like wicked drunk on like Canadian shit. I bought it because like the whole point was like, you can buy booze when you're 19.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let's go, man.
Dude, that takes some serious dedication.
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
long drive, man.
To
Well,
drive.
I mean, I wanted to go to Canada too. I've always been like kind of fascinated with.
And that was also before you had to have like a passport to get over there, right? I think you could still cross borders at that time. Yeah.
I think we did just cross because I think it was later that I went to Niagara Falls and we straight up just walked across the border and like bought booze and then walked back. I think that was that was that same year actually. 'Cause I worked
twice?
at a camp in New York, and so we went up to Niagara Falls.
Awesome.
Yeah, just taking you on a little detour here.
No, that's what we're
Sorry,
all
guys.
about, man.
No, that's awesome. I really wish I would have had the balls to do something like that. Just I'm gonna go do it. The farthest I got was like
Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas.
No,
maybe.
it's fun, man. I mean, Dustin, as you know, is like one of the heroes. I mean, if you're around our age, to me, I know a lot of people that looked up to him, just like, this guy is cool as hell. And like, I was definitely one of those people, you know. But
I kind of still feel that way about him.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
It's weird.
He's he's Dustin Wallace, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's not a stigma. It's not like if I see him, like I saw him at a party not that long ago, and like we just chatted. Like,
yeah, dude,
it was me, him,
cool as hell.
and Matt Street, and we just talked about like driving around and like looking at shit, and I was complimenting him on like the photographs and stuff, and I'm just like, he always just
those have
finds
been awesome,
the coolest fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and he's just so like nonchalant about it. It's like, yeah, I drove there and went to a swap meet, came home. He was like, and his word of advice for me was just take back roads. Like anywhere you go, just take a back road, and you're gonna find something cool. In between here and there.
Yeah, I do that every time I go to Dallas, or I try to. The 77.
You take back roads to Dallas,
dude. The 77. The highway, like seeing the highway off. Yeah, it's fucking great.
Okay.
Dude, I just take 35.
I'm into it. That sounds like some Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit.
No. That's like, dude, that's
happen.
still North Texas. I've definitely driven back roads in fucking West Texas, and that is some scary shit. That definitely takes Texas Chainsaw
I've got
Massacre
some
shit.
like estranged family in like Texas, like all scattered out and shit. And it's like, I've only met them like once or twice, you know, but they live in like weird backwoods types.
Texas is a weird state. If you're listening from Texas, I doubt you are. If you are, I apologize. Texas is a weird fucking state, man. Because you have
offense to Texas, man.
You have Dallas, which is a hub, and Austin, which is like a liberal hub, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you got Houston, San Antonio, maybe, but then the rest of it is just this. I like it. It's almost like maybe like Australia, where you have like Perth, Sydney. You have like your 3 or 4 major cities around the corner, like on the borders, and then the middle is just like wasteland. Like Texas is wasteland. That's it. That's really all it is. I mean, have you been to Lubbock, Texas?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, fuck Texas. It sucks.
Hey, we all know.
I hate it.
Everybody here knows that Kansas sucks and Texas blows.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Either or. Fucking asshole in the middle. Like,
well, you know, that's why it's windy in Oklahoma.
Good one.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't know. Like, I like Austin. I liked Austin. I guess
it's all right. It's hot as shit.
It's not.
There's sort of an elitist attitude. Although I went to a store and I bought an import copy of Phenomena on Blu-ray. Shout out to whatever that store was, because that was pretty dope.
Did you take back roads all the way down?
I fucking took back roads
all the way to Austin.
All the way. I was like, take me to the Blu-ray store.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to come off as like elitist or whatever, but I'm totally going to. No, I used to live there.
OKC is the best city on earth.
No, dude, it fucking sucks, dude. It sucks.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
It's funny. No, I tried.
You used to live in Austin?
For a very short time.
Because you had that cow skin, and that was part of that.
Yeah. That's
Your buddy made those, right?
I worked for a
From
guy.
the old podcast?
Yeah.
His murder rug.
No, my friend Matt and I, we worked there together when we both lived down there for a while. And it was several years ago at this point. I mean, shit, it was like 10 years ago at this point. And Austin used to be so cool, and it's still cool. I get it. It's just, I feel like I'm just getting too old. Like, it doesn't have the southern drawl that it used to.
Well, then it's also much more corporate now than it used to be.
It's just it's corporate, and it's way crowded.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man. Last time Erica and I went to Austin, as we were driving into the city, we were counting the cranes building high-rise apartments. And I counted like I don't know, it was like 12 or 14 cranes on the horizon as we were driving into downtown. It's fucking insane. And I know, I mean, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, well.
Same shit happened in Colorado. Any place that's cool and different and somewhat hip and progressive, it's going to happen. And it's even happening here. I mean, Oklahoma City is growing.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. I
We're
went
lucky
downtown
to
and
be
I was
here
like,
now.
where'd that building come from?
We're lucky to be here now because there's way more cool places to eat. There's cool places to like catch shows and like
Like we talked
all
about
that shit.
on that, like maybe our last podcast, we talked about that, like how it's good to be. It's cheap to live here. Things are getting way better. We're getting far more cultural. By the way, 110 people move to Austin, Texas every day.
That seems kind of low.
110 every fucking day.
Well, a species dies every like 5 minutes, so right? I mean,
God, Randy, jeez, reel it in, dude. Shit.
That seems like a lot of 110 a day.
That doesn't seem like much to me.
fuck them, man. Let them go. I want to go. If I'm moving anywhere, I'm going north, man.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know.
Toronto. Get back to Toronto, man.
Where are you taking a back road to?
Dude, I do have sort of a dream of moving to like Yellowknife or like Whitehorse, like fucking like far north, like out there Canadian towns and shit. I'll never do that.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't have the balls.
I would hate it too.
Would you be like? Would you do like lumber? Would you do some like?
No, what would I
Logan
do?
working at lumber?
Hopefully McDonald's will be hiring when I got there, you know, because like I don't know.
Is there a fucking Starbucks in Yellowknife?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Please, hopefully, maybe there is. I don't know.
Hey, franchise one out.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Open my own deal.
Open your own
well,
deal.
no, what I need to do, what I was thinking, it was like, we should just move because Liz is from the East Coast and we go there every now and then. I'm like, man, if we just open like just a fucking shitty Tex-Mex restaurant, like in Montpelier, Vermont, it's like, we'd fucking make money, dude.
How about a Jersey Mike's? Just franchise out a Jersey Mike's in Vermont.
Hey, I'll take that Mike's Way, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
God.
I'll take
I
that
always have to
Randy's
be like,
way.
I'll take it Mike's Way minus tomatoes and whatever. You know, I don't go that place anymore. It's fucking expensive, man.
Dude, it's a lot of money for a
Mike's
sandwich.
Way is a little like, it's like, man, can I have it like, I want like Mike's Way light, you know, LITE.
Can you not drown my sandwich?
Yeah, it's like, I want that vinegar, but just a little bit, you know?
Dude, they shake that shit. Like, dude, it's
They're
ridiculous.
like, you know, those people that work there, like, hey, I feel like I'm living in New York right now. Hey, you know, like, I have to pretend, or else I'll go home and fucking kill myself.
I'm gonna put 5 layers of this provolone
Yeah.
cheese on your sandwich.
Yeah.
It's like-
you don't like that much cheese, but fuck it.
I'm out of juice. Let me go to the back and squeeze some out of a bag into the container. What's fucking
like,
Jersey
yeah.
about that?
Jersey Mike's, man. I don't know.
I call it Squirty Mike's because
I've
they
been-
just squirt that shit like a fucking ridiculous. I said, could I get it Mike's Way minus onions and the vinegar bullshit and any of the spices? Could I get a jam sandwich? Just 2 pieces of bread jammed together.
I like,
That's a dad
I
thing.
feel
Got
like
a bender back.
I don't know. I was just about to be like, I like, you know, tell you something I like about Jersey Mike's. It's like, fuck Jersey. I don't have
No, there's nothing. There's
Let's
nothing
spend-
cool about
well,
Jersey
no, I
Mike's.
mean, you know, it's all right. Whatever. Yeah. Fuck it. I don't care. We don't need to waste time. I'm wasting more time talking about how I don't want to waste time praising Jersey Mike's because, like, the benefits are obvious, I guess. If you like it, you go there.
I don't think anybody really likes it. I don't like it. I'll say this.
I go to Subway, man.
Well,
it's
now here's-
horrible
it's
food,
terrible.
but, like,
Well, here's the thing. Anytime like lunch comes around, it's like there's a conversation of what do we do for lunch? Mexican food. Sandwiches sound great. Who has a good sandwich? Fucking nobody. Nobody has a good sandwich.
what about, well, okay.
It's mediocre
You live
at
in
best.
Edmond, right?
I work
Are
in
you
Edmond.
working in Edmond? Sorry.
I live right down the street
No, I
from
know
a
where you
fucking
live.
bomb-ass sandwich spot. Lee's Sandwiches and Neptune's.
Neptune. Okay. I used to go there a bunch, and then like one time, like 2 times in a row, I went there and I got the same thing I had been getting for like a year or 2
At Lee's?
and it was gross all of a sudden, and I was just like, I'm done with you forever.
Yeah.
Dude, Lee's sandwiches is gross. And I tricked myself for many, many years to tell myself it was
I'll
good.
go in and eat some egg rolls though. Like if Liz goes, Liz loves it, so I'm not trying to like stop her from getting what she
Right.
wants. And I love going in there because it feels, I mean, talk about, hey, I feel like I'm in New York. It's like, whoa, I feel like I'm in like, you know, I feel like I'm in fucking Japan or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Hong Kong?
Dude, yeah.
There's always
it's Vietnamese. I feel like I'm in Bangkok, I guess, is where I am.
And there's always the very crowded table of like men smoking cigarettes and reading the
More
newspaper.
than anything, it's like I feel like I'm in Blade Runner. I feel like it's like the future in here, you know? Like,
but their sandwiches suck, dude.
Like that section of Cloud Atlas.
I love the Krispy Kreme-esque window where they make the
it's fucking cool in there.
Yeah. I dig it.
They got that shit down. Like
I wish all restaurants were like,
but they should give you bread that doesn't taste like fucking cardboard.
Colorful pictures, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's very bright.
It almost looks like Tim and Eric-esque when you walk in there. Like even the pictures of the food, it kind of looks.
It's very futuristic. It's the most futuristic place in town, maybe.
But you heard it here first.
You jump across the street, you go to Neptune. Which I'll tell you what,
which
classic.
Is the opposite.
Yeah, but the sandwiches
travel back in time. It's like that's like 2050, and that's like 1950. You know,
but the sandwich, dude, the bread.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love Neptune.
Speaking of charging a little much for a sandwich,
yeah, they do charge. But if you go inside, they have like Frank's Red Hot, and like Tapatio, and like Tabasco. They have like minimum like 3 sauces to choose from.
Have you been to Firehouse Subs? It's a chain.
Sucks.
I have never been.
It does suck.
Yeah, everybody was like, sucks before I even tasted it, and I was like, well, it does suck.
But they do have a shit ton of hot sauces. But it's based on fire, so they're gonna have a lot of.
Man, we got this place.
I don't get the connection.
There's this place in the mall called Great Raps Grill, and it's all right. They've got like this small Philly. I work at the mall. Yeah, I'm not gonna say which mall.
Oh, Great Wraps! I had a falafel wrap there about a month ago.
Yeah, it's like it's okay, but like, man, you get fucking tired of your options. Yeah. I brought up food actually because on my way here I was like, God damn it, I forgot I was gonna be driving by Burger King on my way here. I wouldn't have eaten Greek food at the freaking mall like I usually do. It's like expensive. And I know it's just like clogging my heart, like
that's hilarious.
Turning the time like back on my life.
But it's like the Grim Reaper just going,
but what is it?
Eat it again, fucker.
What is it every time you go to a Greek restaurant, no matter what Greek restaurant it is, there's always a thing that says something along the lines of like eat healthy, like I'm eating healthy because it's on pita bread, but you're still drenching it in that tzatziki sauce.
It's that same goddamn fucking faded ass photo of like that pretty like
the hot blonde woman.
Yeah,
it's like a Euro sandwich in the bottom. Yeah,
and it only has tomatoes and onions on it for some reason. There's like no lettuce in it.
It's an upcharge.
And it's like, but it's always like faded.
It's faded like an old VHS in a Blockbuster window.
It feels like it's been like that for my whole life.
Yeah, they've never.
So it's so like at this point out of time and weird that it's still like that.
It's
Slice
funny.
by my house has that in the window still.
Well, the cleverly named Greek restaurant by our work, Let's Do Greek.
Let's do Greek.
And their tagline is once a week, let's do Greek. It's cute. They have the same gyro woman. She's very dark complected and she's holding the gyro very phallically, and she has the very bleach blonde hair, and she's very attractive, but she looks like a Barbie.
Yeah.
And like I've never seen a Greek woman that looks like that. But no offense to the Greek women that are listening.
Her appearance screams late 80s though.
Oh yeah.
So my feeling is
so do her tits, because they're like rock hard and huge.
That woman was a model. She got paid for that. What if that was her only job and I'm going to like some weird thing here. What if that was her only job and she's proud of it? So she takes her family to Greek restaurants to see if her poster's there. And now she's like an aged old woman.
Oh, she's got to be haggard by now and super fat.
From eating all those euros.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man.
Dude, shawarma is fucking delicious.
I love it, dude.
Yeah. I love it too. I could eat Greek every fucking day.
I could too. And I do sometimes. Working at, like, for real. But like Greek House in Norman, have you guys been there before? No. It's like a cash only place.
Oh, on the ones on the corner?
It's sort of like by Campus Corner, but like a little bit off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that.
It's over there where Medicine Hall was.
Yeah, there's like a fucking Thai restaurant and like a pho restaurant and that place. And then there's like houses around it. When we were there, I was like, man, Liz, could you imagine? Like, we would just like eat nothing but these 3 restaurants constantly.
Well, dude,
if we lived here.
Speaking of that, working at the new job, like Josh and I go to lunch together like almost every day, unless he ditches me for his fucking wife, whatever. But we go.
Del Taco is worth it, man.
I know. So
I like Del Taco.
I
man.
fucking love Del Taco. It's the premium. Sorry, not to. It's the premium fast food Mexican restaurant. I'm just fuck
the
everything else.
cheese. You can't beat the quality of that cheese.
Green chili sauce.
dude,
3.
that cheese is fucking bomb.
Yeah, the meat is
Fresh
actually
real
pretty
good.
good too. I had kind of a gross experience last time I went, but that's like 1 out of 20 that's been bad.
Let me ask you this:
Sorry.
have you had the burger there?
No.
Do
Dude,
it.
Is it good?
Dude, it's like an In-N-Out burger.
Have you had the fries?
Oh,
The fries are comparable to Brahms. I'm going to say comparable to Brahms.
I would say so too. I get the fries. I get the meal that's like 2 tacos and fries. And that's like, to me, the greatest thing ever. Talk about like the Grim Reaper, like turning. Like,
See you even sooner,
he's just like
fucker.
shaking the, like, say it's like an hourglass or something that
No, he's
like,
like,
your
Jesus,
life. And
Del
he's just
Taco
like,
again?
No,
All right,
he's
man.
doing like the
Yeah.
Who's Harry Crumb, like, or Inspector Gadget, like, cut the hole in the
Yeah.
glass to let more out, let more sand out. No, but what I was gonna say is, being where we work now,
But I love those fries, dude.
They're good.
they're bomb.
Sorry, In-N-Out. Wait, sorry, what were we?
There's a place in Edmond that I've driven by hundreds, if not thousands of times that I've never ventured into.
What is it called?
Zarate's.
Oh, God.
Dude, it's this hole in the wall. It's Mexican and what?
It's a Latin cuisine, dude.
Latin
It
cuisine,
is Guatemalan.
yeah.
It is
Guatemalan,
Peruvian.
Peruvian.
I
It's,
feel like I've had that before.
It's a little blue building.
I dated a girl that lived in Edmond for a while,
Okay.
and so like I've eaten at some weird places
Well,
in Edmond.
it's right. If you're going north on Broadway, it's right before you get into downtown Edmond,
Yeah.
and it's a tiny
I have
blue
eaten there
shack,
before.
there's like an AutoZone across the street.
dude.
This
it is
this episode
fucking
is
bomb.
not brought to you by Zarate's, but it should be.
Dude,
Today.
we've been repping like lots of like I think you'll listen back to this, and it's just like we've been talking about food for like
Just
20
talk about
minutes. I feel like
Hey, this is the first podcast where we talked about food, though.
It's true. So we've driven by so many times, and when we started the new job, somebody's like, "You want to go there?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's check it out." And I went in, and dude, today I had a moment. So I went back today with a buddy of mine from work, and
he loves going to that place.
dude, he's all about it. Like, and I am too. Like, anytime that comes up at work, I'm like, "Yes, let's go." No question.
We showed this coworker this place, and he just fell in love with it and wants to go all the time. Like, okay, man, it's like giving a fat kid like a ho-ho for the first time. Like,
yeah.
I fucking love these. Yeah, but dude, you can't eat that shit all the time, man.
He went with me today actually, and I had a moment. I went in, and the waiter was like, "Hey, you're back!"
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh,
You're regulars, dude.
You're
Dude.
regulars.
I love that shit though,
Yeah.
man.
You know what he said? You know what he said when I was paying my tab?
He's gonna treat you right.
He
Yeah,
did,
he
dude.
will.
He did. He kept my Pepsi full, dude. Like,
He's gonna start just hooking it, like giving you a little bit extra, and then a little bit extra. you
and I'll
know,
give him a
like-
little extra if you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
fuck
A
yeah,
little
dude.
tip, you know.
And then maybe I'll start like maybe giving you a little neighborhood discount.
You know what he said when I paid my tab? He said, "I'll see you next week, boss." And I was like, "You'll see me twice next week."
Yeah, dude.
I work 4 days a
straight
week.
up- that's
You'll see me
some-
2 of those 4
dude,
days.
That is like some drug dealer shit,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude,
Like,
and it is my
see you tomorrow,
drug, dude.
See you tomorrow,
Dude.
See you at the same time.
The skirt steak, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Randy. Randy, we have to go.
Someone once told me that love is like jazz. There's no wrong notes. You can't hit a wrong note to save your life. There's no book on it, no rules. They say love is like jazz. And you're the angel, and be the only one, and be the stranger, ski masking a gun. Yeah, no, seriously, you and me could be like 2 cats in an alleyway playing jazz. We could be playing jazz. We could be playing beautiful music together. We could be playing jazz.
Okay, totally natural. That was we just discussed this. That was Point of No Return by one of your many outlets, Urbane Ponytail, which features none other than you and Big Lee.
Yes.
And we also talked about that.
Yes.
I was like, should we delete some of the BL references?
No.
And hey, man, just so you know, BL, I said, no, we're going to leave it in. He'll understand. So I hope you do, man.
I feel like
I'm probably hanging out with you right now.
Right?
In the future, you know?
And Atlee's like, hey, man, let's put on that boys episode you were on. And you're like, no, you know what? Let's listen to something else.
Hopefully he's already listened. Well, no. Yeah.
What'd be weird is like if they are listening to it and they're at this point right now.
Yeah, dude. Wink, wink. I feel like Big Lee has evolved like a Pokemon. Now, Big Lee has evolved.
Are you playing that game?
To BL.
Are you not?
I don't have it.
I don't either.
My phone.
You have a phone?
My phone is like constantly like, you're running out of space. And it's like, but what am I doing? Yeah, it's like, I'll delete it or do whatever. How does the cloud work? I don't know. You know, in that way, I am like a dummy. I'm like, but maybe I'm more prepared to like live out in the woods, you know, when like the internet is gone or whatever, or it's like my enemy or, you know, the future.
Right.
I feel the silver lining to being kind of ignorant to the internet and stuff. You know, I'm not ignorant. I don't know. I went off on a weird tangent. I'm just saying I don't have Pokemon Go because I don't know how to work my goddamn iCloud.
But you're not. So you know,
I'd have it. I'm 31. I'm not an old man.
Yeah.
I want to know. I don't know.
That's the perfect way of putting it.
Yeah.
That's the best way of putting it. Because I totally feel the same way, man. I don't know shit about anything.
I know.
Like, okay, Rob,
I hate it, dude.
Okay,
I think about it. I feel bad about my life when I think about stuff like that.
Rob asked me earlier, what do you listen to your podcast on? Is it your phone? And I thought he was asking about which app I use. And I use Stitcher, which apparently is fucking outdated.
It's old. I
don't even know what Stitcher is.
I didn't know what it was either when I found out. It's an iPod app.
iPod? What is this? The 90s? It's an iPhone app. It's a podcast aggregator. It's basically it's a streaming hub app. But dude, that's old news.
Okay,
that's old news.
I use the app that's like in phone.
The one like they said, and it says podcast.
It's just called podcast,
which is better than Stitcher.
No
lie. Yeah,
I had this phone for like 2 weeks, and I like found that little thing, and I was like, I wonder what's on here. I think maybe You Talking You Two to Me is like the first podcast I found.
Great cast.
Like, I can like download this. It's like, oh shit, and like. From then on, it was like on, you know. I haven't read a book since, essentially.
Speaking of,
right.
if you go to the podcast native app on the iPhone, or use my preference, Downcast, sweet podcast app, or Stitcher.
Downcast, that's the one.
Yeah,
right?
Downcast is the shit.
Downcast.
Okay. Yeah.
What's wrong with the one on just the iPhone? I mean, it's not hard to navigate.
Right. You know, as an advanced podcast listener and producer,
are you?
I like to call myself a content creator.
Man, I try to venture out, and I end up just listening to the same ones over. And it's like there's only a certain kind of like I love the Best Show. Yeah. It's like my favorite thing.
You're a Best Show.
I love the Best Show.
I would say I have a lot of friends that like the Best Show. I would say you and Austin.
Shout out to Austin Tackett.
Big Tack.
And shout out to Lucas Dunn and
Big
Eric
Dunn.
Ellenwood too.
Little Ricky Wood. I'm just shouting out.
Yeah. Shout out
to Austin the Burger Boy.
I don't know what that means.
It's a thing we got. It's just a thing.
We got Big Stin.
So you have a thing with Big.
Yeah, dude.
Big Stin.
Big Stin. Well, yeah, exactly.
Do you have a nickname for Lucas?
Man, I don't know that I do. But he could be like Big L, but there's like a rapper named Big L.
Big Dunn.
Big Dunn's a good name. That's a good rap name, too. Especially the way he spells his last name.
I think Lucas
Dunn.
Lucas is a special dude, and he deserves a really special kind of nickname.
Right.
You know,
not a Dunn
We're gonna
derivative.
just have to let that sit and wait for lightning to strike and catch that lightning in a fucking bottle, and then give him his name. You know.
Wow, that's so nice to say.
Like I don't have a name for him.
What about Eric Ellenwood?
Dude, Eric and me go way back. Talking about boys.
Let's talk about boys.
Let's talk about boys, man.
I'll get back to the restaurant talk later.
Because like there's phases of friends, you know, when you're growing up. My first friend was 2 years older than me, and he was like super cool. And talking about Alabama, when you played that, I was like, man, I have a story about being a boy. My buddy Nathan, I'll say is his name, but that is his name. He lived across the street.
Good. All right.
He was like my best friend, but he was like super mean and shit. You know, like
Older or younger?
Oh, like 2 years older than me. And so like cool, wise, you know, but just like this little piece of shit, basically, you know. But like he was like my best friend. And like he made me 2 mixtapes. One was like gangster, because like this is like 92 maybe. He made me a rap mixtape. It was basically like, I was like, you have the Gin and Juice single, so dub that onto a tape for me, and then put like other rap songs that you like. He had an older sister, so it was like, get her tapes and make me a tape or whatever. And it had like Tennessee on it. It had Slam by Onyx.
Ooh. The classic.
Oh no. That the big song that I wanted was All I Want to Do Is a Zoom
in your
and a
boom
boom.
Rex and Effect.
Shake Your Rump.
Yeah.
Rump Shaker by Rex and Effect. Yeah. I like the way you comb your hair. Yeah. I remember playing soccer and just being out in the field and being like, I know 2 things. It's like fucking bitter. I know 3 things. I hate soccer. It's bitterly cold outside, and I cannot stop thinking about that fucking like. It's like, that's like the bridge, right? I haven't listened to that song in a long time, but it's like, it's got like the main like riff, the hook thing, and then the verse, the chorus, the verse, the chorus, and then there's like, and then it breaks down. It's like, I like the way you comb your hair, you know? Like, God, I couldn't get that on my. I remember that. I remember that day so clearly.
That whole song is a genius.
It's
song.
so good.
Well, it starts out with like the little. I mean, it's a keyboard, obviously, but it's like that saxophone.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's a dude in the video like playing the sax like in the ocean.
I didn't see the video until years later.
Yeah.
I just heard it on the radio.
I saw it on the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
The drums kick
Fucking
in.
tight, dude.
All I want to do is a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Just shake your rump. Yeah.
Check, baby, check,
Baby, 1, 2, 3,
like,
check, baby, check, baby. Oh my God,
So
it was
good.
Can we just
so
hold on?
good.
Let's play that right now.
Now let me see you shake your rump like a rump shaker. All I wanna do is do my zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. All I wanna do is do my zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. All I wanna do is do my
So good.
Oh,
so good, dude. God, it's so much better than I remembered.
Yeah.
So much better.
But anyway, that was one mixtape. Oh, it also had Tennessee by Arrested Development.
Oh, my
Tennessee.
God.
Take
Dude, that was-
me
Dude,
to
hip hop
another-
was so
Dude,
good back in the
I
early
know.
90s.
It was like, that was a bomb
Not
ass
to say it's
mixtape made
not
by
good
like
now.
a 10-year-old boy too. But
What?
The bomb mixtape.
Oh, the
I'm telling-
mixtape.
Yeah. But then he made me. This is like all coming together with me learning, because I was like in the summertime. Like I had
When the weather's
2
hot.
parents and whatever, but like they both worked like full-time jobs. So in the summertime, I had like babysitters over constantly, and like they would watch MTV, and I was like not into it until I was about like 8, and then I started to like watch it with them, and then I got, you know, so it's like by about 10, I think is when I bought my first CD, which was All for One's self-titled album.
Yeah.
I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there.
I'll be there. I swear.
I swear.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, dude.
For better or worse. Yeah. And it had, but okay.
Wait, hold on.
And
Hold on. Did that have?
Do you know where this
Am
is going?
I stepping on your toes here?
No.
Nate, what's the next song?
So in love are we two?
The Sukiyaki, yeah.
And it also had, oh, baby, you're the bomb.
That's where I was going.
She'll shimmy up my Jimmy and she'll do me all night long. She's got skills.
Dude,
oh, that's a different song, baby.
That was a mashup.
Okay, they're on an episode of Family Matters, and they play
Those are both
one of
their
those
songs, though, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
That's on that album. That's on that album. But no, those two hits were also done by John Michael Montgomery.
They were.
And I was like, dude, you have to make me a mix that has those songs on them.
Back to
Because I
back.
love both versions.
Oh, the John Michael
I'm sorry. If you want to dwell on All for One for a minute, but that's where I'm trying to get to is this country mixtape.
I want to interject for just a moment. Okay, so let's put a thumbtack in country mixtape.
right.
I just have a question about All for One, which is very important. The show the show must not go on until we talk about this. You're telling me, hold up. You're telling me that Baby You're the Bomb, and what was the other one?
Skills.
Those are the same group?
Yeah,
on the same album?
It's like divided by like maybe a track.
Dude, that whole album is the same song.
It's like, well, yeah, it's like ballads and like bump and grind.
But if you think about
shit,
it's like, it's a concept album where it's literally the same note. You can play the same note throughout the entire album.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I still think, it
all bleeds together like one song.
Those songs are amazing. Unfortunately, I saw them on TV play live when I was about like 11.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Were you at the Rhythm Pit?
I didn't realize at the time what the deal was, but it was like, oh, studio, like they have like altered their voices and stuff. Like they aren't actually as good of singers as they appear to be. Like I think Boyz II Men, maybe in their prime, were actually as good as they sounded on the album.
Were in their prime, dude. Boyz II Men forever.
Well, they might still be great. I don't know.
Are they still great?
Dude, they're still real.
Boyz II Men.
Hold on.
I never had that album though.
Are they still great? Okay, the one with
Boyz II Men
2, like
with the ultimate '90s cover.
We're that age for sure.
And that's the best fucking album.
Yes, too. And then I had
like you.
I had that Bended Knee. And the one where they're in like the White Sands desert in the video.
Water Runs Dry.
Oh, fuck.
At least the Turtle was in that video.
And then that's around the same time as Yesterday. Right? Weren't they on Yesterday with Mariah Carey?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's One Sweet Day.
One Sweet Day.
One Sweet Day.
But Yesterday, didn't they cover Yesterday?
They did.
They're involved in the Yesterday cover, right?
Oh, my God. That Boyz II Men Yesterday cover is fucking amazing. Do yourself a favor. Pause this. Get on Spotify, Boyz II Men Yesterday, and just listen to it. It's great. Now come back.
Okay, so back to Color Me Bad.
Mm-hmm. Wait, no, Color Me Bad. No, that's
OKC Zone.
All for One.
Midwest City Zone.
Ooh, I wanna sex you up. Yeah, dude.
We should make a playlist of songs we've talked about tonight, but you have to listen to them while you're eating at like Jersey Mike's or something.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Okay,
cruising the 39th Expressway.
Let's take the pin out of the country rap mix.
Okay.
All right. Oh, my bad. Yeah, dude.
Color it.
I was like, give me those John Michael Montgomerys. I had like some stuff I wanted in particular, and this is what was on it. It had God Bless Texas on it. That was the lead off track.
God Bless Texas.
So I was like always trying to find ways to like identify with my dad, and he was like from like he was just like, I'm a Texan, you know, kind of like, I mean, he was like a really cool dude and stuff, but sort of like a Hank Hill type dude, you know?
Right.
So I was like, me and my dad will like bond over this song.
Can I ask you one question real quick?
Yeah.
Because it's in my head. I want to make sure, because we're trying to make sure. Did John Michael Montgomery also do a little less talk, if you please, a lot more, a little less talk and a lot more action?
Nice.
Man, I don't remember. I know the song.
A little less talk. Because they sound a lot alike.
There's like a certain era of like country music and baseball that I know about. And they're like
the same era?
Same time.
Okay. Well, wait, with the Rangers, okay.
Yeah.
Who's pitching? Who's third base? Okay.
Cheap Seats by Alabama.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big Ryan Sandberg fan.
Brett Saberhagen was my guy.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same era though.
Dude, at my mom's house, there's a huge, like, fit, like, body you've cut up, like, size of one of those,
like the large Rubbermaid container Tupperware.
Yeah, whatever it is. Sterilite, I think, is actually that brand. But yeah, I have one of those like full of like complete sets of baseball cards and shit that's just kind of like sitting there. And like and then also I have like a shitload of Beckett's because I had a subscription to Beckett magazine for like 2 years and also collected like back issues.
Do you still have your baseball cards?
Yeah, dude. I have Marvel cards too.
Dude, I had a few of those.
It's like 1990 and there's like 7 hologram cards and I have like 3 of them.
Which one?
I have Silver Surfer fighting Green Goblin.
Okay.
I think there's a Magneto one. And there's some other one. And I was like, for a while, trying to complete that set.
I had a Rogue one.
But then I found out I didn't have like a perfect set of cards. Because like they were sort of like, I was like a kid and I'm like eating McDonald's probably and like fucking just cool cards, man. Just like sliding them in and out, whatever. I was trying to keep them in sort of
Did you ever have like...
they just weren't perfect.
Did you have the plastic case? No? Or did you ever have like the card?
I have books, dude. I have
like the 9 sleeves.
Yeah.
Stacks
I do too.
of books.
I have like 3. Like
For real?
They're like old photo albums. Like they're that big.
Yeah. And I have like...
There are like 3 or 4 of them, yeah.
I have like a complete set of Michael Keaton era Batman and Batman Returns cards.
Hell
Yeah.
I have some Marvel cards from when I was a kid, and it was the Marvel Medals series.
Yes.
Where all the cards were like chromium,
Really?
kind of embossed.
I don't have any of those. I don't think I've even seen those.
They're tight. I'll whip it out later and show you.
Yeah, man.
Did you have the
We're in
card?
that bookshelf right
Show
over
me your
there.
cards, bro.
dude.
So
We'll clack some cards.
Oh, fuck,
my brother had
dude.
one of these, and I don't know if you guys, because I mean, I collected cards, but I collected those kind of like nerdy cards, either Marvel or Yo MTV Raps. Or like hockey cards. You know, no one collects hockey cards.
Hockey cards are a stretch, man.
I had 'em.
like basketball and hockey cards are a stretch.
You know,
I had
hockey's
quite a few
The
basketball.
great tragedy with hockey for me is that it's the greatest sport to watch.
Mm-hmm.
If you're actually watching a sport, it's fucking awesome. But like otherwise, like it's just not part of our culture. Anyway,
Not at all here.
It's just like impossible. Like sports are already hard for me. I'm like really just trying to like be one of the dudes,
Right.
kind of, you know, which I'm
Preaching to
kind
the
of
choir,
getting
man.
out of even caring at all about that, you know. But so I didn't mean to derail you, dude. Let's
No, you're
get
fine.
right back onto country or whatever the hell we
My
were
bad.
talking about.
We were talking about country rap mixtapes.
We were talking about baseball cards and country.
Okay, so wait. I figured out who did a little less talk, a lot more action. I feel bad. It's fucking Toby Keith.
Why do you feel bad?
Because that song's that old.
no,
Toby,
he
I-
didn't do that song. I guarantee.
It's unless he covered it. It's right
Hold on,
here.
let's pause here.
You didn't mean to be shocking y'all, right?
I'm shocked.
A little less talk, a lot more action. Toby Keith,
Wow, I stand corrected.
Well, man.
1993. So that motherfucker's been doing music since 93?
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Jesus.
He wasn't even an
He's
American.
paid his. I mean, to be fair,
He
he
wasn't
has paid
American
his
back
dues,
then.
I guess.
No,
No.
he was not. He was into like drinking and hanging out.
Yeah,
And then he really loved the soldiers.
yeah.
So, country rap
Oh,
mixtapes.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Something-
the other
something
mixtape
about a
had God
lunch.
Bless Texas, and then it had that two John Michael Montgomery songs, or I Swear and So in Love, which were also concurrently released on the All for One thing, which happened again. That must happen a lot because remember that Brian McKnight song, Back to One?
And I started.
There's like a huge country version of that
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
That was from that same.
Well, they're all
time.
owned by the same label, and the artist doesn't own the rights to the song or the lyrics.
That's
the label does.
isn't that kind of that's like so old fashioned and
It's
like
evil. It's pretty evil.
yeah.
That one person who wrote the song doesn't get credit,
Well, I don't know. I just okay.
or they share credit.
I was
don't
about
know.
to say that's awesome, but now you're making me feel like maybe I should just like not say that because I'm not in the place to critically think about, you know.
Well,
No. I'm all about like sharing a song.
The person who wrote the song isn't getting paid money. I would think it would be
No. I mean, no.
awesome. To me, what I'm imagining is like
To the better
dudes-
songwriter go the spoils.
Dudes sitting in a building and like everybody has like their own little soundproof room with a piano, like, and they're just like battling each other. Like, I will write the bigger hit country. Like, if I can write a song that's like a country R&B crossover hit, like That's what I'm envisioning. But maybe I'm wrong.
Hold on, wait. I'm envisioning the same thing you are, but I'm envisioning them in like...
I don't know who wrote Back
hold
to
on.
One.
In a room this size, they cut it in half, and it's 2 soundproof rooms, and they give them the lyrics, the key, and the chords, and they have to go in like, you both write a song. The song is coming out on the radio. One person writes the country version, one person writes the pop version. If it goes to a rapper or whatever, goes to whatever. But that's how you get those 2 versions of the song. Like, it's just that. And whoever gets the number 1 hit gets the number 1 hit.
See, I think it works differently. I think that the rapper comes out with it or the rocker comes out with it. Then there's the country adaptation of it.
It's almost always the reverse. The country artist writes the song first, and the label gives it to the...
Sort of, part of me is like, well, no, didn't just like Brian McKnight write Back to One?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the rap album or version
Brian McKnight
comes
is
out
not a rapper
first.
to me.
Right.
But yeah.
And the country artist, the Toby Keith or the Trace Atkins or whatever, rips it off. Like the same with the Aerosmith. What was the big Aerosmith song that was then a country song? Oh, come on. Armageddon soundtrack. Come on.
Oh.
Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah, that was a country song.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Dude, I remember, speaking of, and this is straight up not like 2 versions of the same song, which I fully endorse. I love that idea, actually, of like mini bands having a hit on different markets at the exact same time, many times with the other market not even being aware that there's a different version of the song.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucking badass to me, you know? Like, if I could be that dude who wrote that, like, I don't want to be the artist, you know, but like, I wrote that song.
Dude.
And, like, I made like a shitload of money on like this crazy, I don't know.
It's the ultimate double dip.
The way I'm thinking about it, it seems cool to me. I'm just thinking of it like from the person who wrote the song's perspective. But anyway,
so back to country mixtapes.
Country mixtapes.
Your mean friend.
Those 3 songs. We've gotten like 20 minutes later. We're down 3 songs. It had Honky Tonk Superman. Ready or not, I'm back again. I'm a honky tonk Superman. Ready or not, I'm back again. Do you remember that song?
Dude, I do not remember.
I don't know.
That's maybe a deep cut.
The lyrics are vaguely familiar.
And then I don't feel like this is on there, but do you remember that Billy Ray Cyrus song was like, could have been me?
Yeah, dude.
Or should have been me. Maybe it should have been me. It was like, should have been me. I remember the hook. I remember like going to Pizza Hut. Like my dad would give me like $2. And he's like, choose wisely because you're only getting $2. And I would like sit there for like 20 minutes selecting my songs.
Your jukebox song?
Yeah. And I would play like, should have been me, and then it'd be like the Cats in the Cradle in the Sea, like the Ugly Kid Joe version, you know,
straight into Four Non Blondes,
straight into like just whatever. Oh, dude,
fucking
you want to know what?
Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians.
Like we can just like brush past this. Oh, I brought it up because Cheap Seats. That song was on there by Alabama, which was featured in Major League 3, Back to the Minors.
It's a baseball song.
It is a baseball song.
Like,
it's about
straight up
going to see a shitty team and we like our beer flat as hell, or however it goes.
Wait, okay, but they're doing the same thing on Southern Draw.
Nobody likes flat beer, dude. Yeah.
But it's almost like they channeled Real Big Fish back in 1991 or whatever, and like made a joke song about
all that music is just like, these people are idiots. Like, I know what they want. I know what fucking fans want. Like, I'm gonna write some stupid shit about how like I work hard and come home, I just want to drink and raise my family.
Yeah, like I drink
from the comfort of your personal private studio in Nashville.
Yeah. And like, just like Real Big Fish is like, they'll think it's funny if we write like songs about like how we're gonna like sell out or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like they'll get the joke and stuff. And like,
but they totally are.
Yeah.
They totally are. Well, it's like the Alabama thing now. It's like the lyrics on Southern Draw. Google it. It's worth your time if you hate yourself. It's all about the lowest common denominator, and it's all like, we drive trucks, we drink beer, we shoot whiskey, we hunt deer.
I don't know, man. Yeah, stuff like that. Just like, man. I mean,
I guess none of those things actually make you stupid.
No, I don't, and I'm not trying to.
Yeah,
I don't want to call anybody stupid.
No. It's appealing. It's pandering.
I just like try to not to think about somebody that's like, man, that song changed. Like you hear something and it's just like, man, this is like some like, you don't even need the They Live glasses to see this. It's just like buy, sell.
That's okay. That what you just said?
You know what I mean? And it's like, but somebody out there is like, there must be tons of people out there that like, man, that song changed my life, dude. Like, man, we fucking danced at our wedding to that song or whatever, you know.
But I think people think that about me though, so it puts it all in perspective.
Oh, like, yeah, I mean, and
I like shit that's terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Just like, I don't think about it. I try not to think about it because like, as far as taste goes, like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
You know? Anyway.
No, that's what I'm saying is like,
it's just,
there are songs that I like. Some of those
the ideas presented in those songs are kind of scary, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
I guess the stuff that, I guess the
Sort of
saving grace of it, like
poison.
the stuff that I like is like it's harmless.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't, there's not an underlying, racist, or like the thing.
Can I get in the podcast, Rob? Alex Jones here. What you're understanding is there's the global elites are giving you Ariana Grande. They're putting the subliminal messages in the songs. The beats are 4/4 March beat. Heil Hitler. That's what they're going for, and it's Bitcoin, buy gold.
Alex.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You have to go. You have to go.
Okay.
You have to go. Hey, Josh, welcome back.
Oh, hey, guys, what's up? I think I passed Alex Jones in the hall.
Man, there was a period in my early 20s where I was smoking a lot of weed and watching a lot of Alex Jones documentaries.
I feel like I'm talking to two of the same people tonight.
I feel like I'm talking to us in the past.
The one where he goes to that, like, Republican, like, getaway play. Like,
the one where he and the giant owls and, like, they're trying to, like...
Bohemian Grove.
The Bohemian Grove,
and he's like, look, they're doing this mock sacrifice thing. And it's just like... It's just like, they're all like drunk dudes, like hooting and hollering, doing this like weird thing. He was just like, I was like, do you believe? I just like, at that point, I was like, does Alex Jones believe that they're about to like summon some kind of like ancient evil?
Or is he
something
just
like that?
But he's selling a product. I mean,
I know he is.
He's an honest man. I'm sure he believes a lot of what he says.
Do you think he's an honest man? I don't know.
I want to go back. Okay, let's go back to
country
boys.
pop songs. What was it? What's the thumbtack?
No. We're after that.
Okay,
let's go before that. I want to go back to The Mean Friend. Okay, so here's the.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh yeah, let's do. We went down like dream within a dream. So.
You know, you said you alluded to this mean friend, and that's what struck a chord with me as a fellow boy, a former boy,
right,
former boy, not yet a man, not yet a woman. I had the mean friend. And we all had the mean older friend. Mm-hmm. And I just want to know, like, give me a prime example of the mean friend.
Okay. Oh man. Okay. I have 3 short stories.
Number 1,
Nathan C. from across the street. Number 1, I came outside and he was leaning against my dad's Buick with like a couple other kids. And he was wearing these, like, brand new Nike sandals.
Slides?
With, like, socks
Nike
on.
slides?
No, they went all around the foot. They were secured with straps.
Like the Tiva version.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but I had never even seen Tivas at this point.
Right.
I was like, whoa, dude. Those are cool, man. I was genuinely like, it's also like, how much did those cost, dude? And he is just like, I mean, imagine this like just piece of shit little kid leaning up against a car, giving you like a just cold ass stare, and he goes, more than your life.
Damn. Cold.
I always think about that, and it's just like, man, kids are like fucking cruel, dude.
They
like,
are.
If I ever got to make a movie with like little kids, I would definitely include that scene. Just like the way he said that to me, it's just like, and it just like crushed me, you know. So I was like, Nathan is like the coolest dude ever, and he's like, my sandals are worth more than your life,
which is so sad, but so powerful.
Yeah, for sure.
You know. All right, number 2.
All right, number 2. We were always into like building. See, I mean, in a way, like he was like, you know, if there's like an afterlife where we're like revisiting like best memories, like a lot of them will be hanging out with this dude actually, because like we would build like we were obsessed with like building our own circus and like putting on plays and like all this other shit. But like building rides. One ride was like a rope tied through a refrigerator box, and then one person would be inside, like harnessed in with the rope, and the other person would just be like beating the shit out of the box, basically, like pulling it down the driveway, which was like really steep, and like, but
And
anyway,
possibly deadly.
yeah,
Or
but
severe injury.
One of the rides was he had like his backyard was like a mess, and he had like this rusted ass playground. And he had the skateboard that he got, and he had like given up on, and he was like, we're gonna ride the skateboard down the slide on this thing.
Yes.
And I was like, cool, man.
Wait, wheels on, or they at least go trucks off like bobsled
Oh yeah.
style?
Okay. So or the wheels on the
The
skateboard.
wheels are on the skateboard.
I
Yeah.
thought it was just like a deck.
And so,
Like a bobsled
so
style.
I test drove it, and like I felt like I had like chipped my fucking tailbone, dude.
Yeah.
Because when I got down, it's like, okay, going down the slide was like fucking fast and like a rush, and I'm like 10. I'm like small, or maybe even 8 or whatever. But like, we didn't account for the like 8-inch drop
For
off.
physics?
Yeah.
Sure.
And so he had put a board down. He's like, I put a board down underneath, so you'll hit that and then kind of hit the
I mean,
grass.
sure, yeah, you just put a board down.
But the drop off, dude, I hit my tailbone, dude. And I'm like a 9, like, let's just say I'm 9. But I was like, motherfucker, God damn it. Like, that was like a moment like I broke like cursing barriers.
Oh yeah, it's all bets are off.
Where my mom was like, I heard somebody yelling. That was you? And I was like,
Worst pain
yeah.
ever.
And I didn't want to tell my mom what happened. Eventually I did. I didn't get in any trouble about it. It was just like, you got to be careful, you dumbass. Or whatever.
Third story.
So, third story. And this, and Nathan is just like, you're bad, dude. Whatever, you know? And so he's just like a dick about it. And like, I can't sit down right for like weeks, even though I'm just like a 10-year-old boy, whatever. Anyway, but third story, to like emphasize how he was like kind of awesome. There was this dude. All right. Our bus stop was in front of his house, and all the kids from the neighborhood would gather in front of his house, like at 7:30 in the morning, to be taken to our elementary school. And there was this dude named Derek, who was like older than us, that was just like this bully, and he was like a dickhead, especially to me and stuff. And so going back to us doing our own circus, we had like in the tall ass tree in his front yard built this like makeshift system of
Separate
ropes
occasion.
and shit. And we had taken the what do you call it? The bar on a chain. What do you swing on? What do you call
Oh
that?
yeah, what is that called?
Oh yeah.
It's not swings, it's not monkey bars, but it's like almost like a trapeze type thing.
Yeah.
A
And
gymnast
that's what we were
thing,
trying
yeah.
to do. And so like, I'm not lying, dude. Like, minimum 12 feet off the ground.
Jeez.
We had like taken that off of his rusted ass swing set in the backyard and tied it up to a branch
Yeah.
that we swung on frequently, but we're like little boys. And Derek is older than us and taller, and he weighs more. And so he's like, I'm gonna get up in your circus style. Like, oh, I see you boys have built some shit up in your tree. And we knew that it was like probably not safe. But we were just like, oh no, dude, don't do that. And he was like a dirty mouth kid. You remember those kids that were just like,
Oh yeah.
fuck you, go suck on a cock, you fucking. and they'd say like super racist
And
stuff.
yeah, throw that word out.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it's just like, whoa, dude, like
You're cool.
He was one of those kids. He was one of those kids though, and we were just like, oh, and so eventually Nathan was like, I bet you won't get up on there and swing on our trapeze thing. He's like, I bet you I will, and he got up on that thing, and sure enough, it like gave, and he fell like
hard.
Like, I'm serious, like 12 feet. Like, it's like a 12-year-old boy.
Can you still picture that?
13-year-old boy. I can, dude, it's like like, you talk about flashbulb memories. Like, ours, collective one is 9/11. You know, like, people talk about JFK or whatever. But, like, that's, like, one for me. I can see it. And, like, he was trying not to cry, but his face was all red, and then he just started screaming and crying at us, and he left. The bus came and took us to school, and Derek was like gone. That was just like, and me and Nathan were just like,
I really think
we
you
had
should,
like outfoxed him basically.
This needs to be a character.
Well, what I was thinking earlier,
Nathan C from across the street is the name of a show.
Yeah.
What I was thinking earlier is, you know, you've done some films. You've made some short films.
Yeah.
Dude, and earlier you said something about making, or maybe I just dreamt this up when you were talking about this, but like making a film of these stories.
Oh yeah.
And like get kids to act in it.
Yeah,
dude.
it'd be hard to do it with like kids and stuff.
No, dude, you know kids.
But yeah,
you know
no.
lots of kids.
Should at
Dude,
least,
you
like-
work at you work at the mall. You know kids.
That's true. No, I mean,
That sounds creepy as
Dude,
fuck
no,
when you say it
no,
that way.
dude,
Well, I don't
go,
know. I don't know
go
really.
fucking headhunting, dude. Find just the right kids, dude.
That sounds creepy, Rod.
No,
I'll just be creeping around at the mall.
just go headhunting. Get a little head.
That one looks
Pick
good.
some heads out. I meant
That one looks
like
good.
grab a little head.
Click,
Oh.
click, pull.
Boom. Is it? Wait, hold on.
Coming down with the new style.
Is it click
Click, pull.
or is it click click boom?
It's
click, click, boom. I think it's click, click, pull.
Is that
Because
the
it's like click, click, and he's pulling the trigger, right?
Mr.
Because it's all
Lear?
about guns.
Click click pull the trigger.
Like,
See, I thought it was like Doom, like click click boom,
well,
have
hold
you
on,
ever seen
Rob.
the Metallica documentary where they like have the mic up? He's like,
racking that shotgun. Which, okay, we can laugh at that, but that's kind of badass.
no, that's totally bad. That's
you play-
going back to the toys, buying doubles of toys. I relished finding a rare ass toy and opening it, like ripping the package in half and being like, "It's just for me, son." Yeah, like, it's just for me.
Yeah.
I hunted like Indiana Jones to the fucking
Fuck
Toys
you,
R Us for this
Tupperware.
thing.
Fuck you,
Yeah,
Stairway.
man.
I'm playing with this shit,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
I rip toys, dude.
I've ripped plenty of toys.
I've collected a lot of things over the years. STDs, books, all kinds. Welcome to Blowjob in the Pearl in the early zoo.
Toilet
Anyways,
flushing sound.
yeah. I gotta put that in there. Anyways, I've collected a lot of things, but never a toy. No, dude. In
We found
retrospect,
ourselves a collector.
I wish I would have. I wish I would have collected a toy.
Kiss the Girls, Morgan Freeman.
You collect
We
movies.
found ourselves a collector.
You do collect movies.
I do, dude. And guess what, man? I just got this TV VCR combo that like was just kind of like in the trash at work. We watched Friday the 13th Part 2 on my porch last night.
Wait, you got a porch set up? Like-
No, not really. We just like dragged some pillows out there. I was
Alright.
like, let's drink some beers on this small ass porch and watch this movie. But like, I'm just saying, like,
That sounds tight.
you know,
I ain't gonna lie. That sounds pretty
yeah,
good.
It does
it's
sound
pretty.
comfy.
It's pretty nice, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Do you hear those crickets in the back?
I hear the
do.
crickets, dude. That's what kind of brought my mood down to chill. Just
Yeah.
like,
I feel like we're on a back porch.
I feel like you should put some like air underneath this, you know, like boom, 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 Moon Safari.
Not familiar.
All right, so we had the three stories. We got the three stories.
Yeah.
Dude, we could talk about being boys. We haven't even talked about Hastings, and I feel like we don't have time. We really.
We don't. We're like way over budget
well,
right now.
yeah, we should come back because, like, fuck, man, so much to talk about. Video rental, because we're just.
You ever pulled a
Scratching.
tab? You ever pulled a tab
Dude,
off of VHS?
You know what I'd like to talk about? CDs. just like we should just get together sometime and talk about buying compact discs.
Oh, the actual, yes. Oh, for sure.
No,
Come on regularly.
I'm
We
not
could
talking
do it.
about like the bank or whatever. Like, I want to talk about getting you a CD, bro.
Dude, unwrapping that cellophane
It'll help you buy a house in 5 years.
and then
Oh, a CD.
I know. I'm
then-
sorry, guys.
you're totally derailing my CD unwrapping
No,
experience.
dude.
No.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But Robbie, you're going to stop at the part on the top because you never break that because you always put it back in and
See,
you took the CD
Did you
back.
use your teeth?
Yes.
I get in there.
Yeah.
I
For
make
that cellophane.
I make a feast of that cellophane, man. You got to get it right at the fold and just.
Well, Josh brought up a good point. Like,
Robbie never took the top sticker off, so he can always return it.
no, hold on.
Uh-oh.
You fucking prick. Here it goes. I'm taking the headphones off right now. I didn't not break the top seal because I wanted to return the CD after I burned it in my friend's computer. I didn't break the seal because I'm a collector and I want the seal to be intact.
Well, see, now you're talking about like him with the double purchases or whatever.
Do you know that method though? Okay, so you take the cellophane off.
Actually, Matt Kelly, who I think you should have on this podcast.
Yeah.
I really think you
Yeah.
should have on this podcast.
Good dude. Big cow.
He taught me the method of very delicately. You get the CD and you lift the corner that doesn't
That's
have
what I'm talking.
the
Yeah,
hinge
and
off,
flip it up.
lift it off real easy, and then you just pull that shit off. And actually, I used to stick them to the top of my car, and to the point where I had like literally like 100. Because I mean, in high school, fuck man, not a lot of CDs. Like that was like a deal. For sure.
Dude,
DVDs also had those on them too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would do the same thing. Like so you would take the cellophane off and then the bottom, if you're looking at the front of the CD, the bottom left dog ear tab, you click it up, bring it up like you're opening a pizza box.
Carefully. You got to Indiana Jones that shit. 'cause
Very carefully.
It's so easy to break.
Because it's
dude.
perforated.
Yeah.
So you would kind of like peel it off.
Yeah.
And then peel it off the back.
I meant just like the front of the jewel case itself, the hinge. As you pull that off,
And then you
bend it just so.
Randy, listen to
Oh,
me.
sorry, man.
You pull the dog ear towards you
Yeah.
on the bottom, and then you would open it like a pizza box.
Yeah.
So to keep that sticker intact.
Uh-huh.
And then what I'm saying is like you'd peel the front and the back kind of apart to pull the sticker off,
Yeah.
keeping it perfectly like big middle, tabs on each side. I would stick them on my steering wheel of my car. That was cool, man. I had a Sonic Youth one.
Do you have
right
a
in the
photo
middle.
of that? What was Sonic Youth? What album?
Dude, I don't want to say.
Now tell me.
Murray Street, dude.
Murray Street?
Yeah.
Hey,
I
man.
had them on tape before that.
That's cool, dude. My first Sonic Youth was, goddamn, man, talking about boys, dude. Washing machine.
Classic. Iconic.
Then
So
Screaming Fields of Sonic Love, I think, was the next one I got.
I always wanted that Sonic Youth t-shirt.
I did too, man. I
This blue
I wanted
with
to be one of those people. I was like, whoever these people are.
With that
Like,
double XL
you just wanted to,
super
like-
hard t-shirt on.
I don't know. You just remember like growing up and you're just like, man, I want to be like alternative, you know? Like I want to be like cool. I don't know. I feel like we became what we wanted. I did at least. Right? I mean, look, we're here. We're here now. We're hanging out.
Yeah.
I was just letting that soak in a bit.
but think about like when you're 17, like you want like, you know, you have like a girlfriend or you have a wife, you know, or whatever. But it's the same. You own this house. We're surrounded by your cool guitars and all your cool shit.
And cool people and
Hanging out with
a cool
friends.
cat, man.
And what we're doing right
we're
now,
drinking
we're
beer. We're old enough to drink beer and do whatever we want, man.
talking in microphones to friends.
It's a school night, bro.
Like this.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
Let me wrap it up by saying this.
Yes.
This is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like whether, and that's the thing I run into, man. Doing this podcast, it's like a cathartic thing. It's like you get to talk, you get to hang out with your friends, and then you also get to like put it out in wherever in the digital ether, man. But regardless of whether anybody listens to this or it will be remembered or probably not, it's just fun to sit around and do this and laugh and cut each other off and do all of these things that like we've been doing all night and just talk about food.
Yeah, dude.
Talk about food and cats.
It goes down to like the tribal nature of like just communicating and
I
camaraderie.
seriously feel like these crickets are like making me like Mama Earth is talking to me.
I know,
right
dude.
now,
I feel like you and me, we're all three in a tent. None of us want to be in Boy Scouts, but we have hard dads who aren't there, who are making us go, and we're just talking about shit.
That was the first podcast, man. Hanging out in tents, talking shit on your my fucking parents.
Yeah.
I don't want to play baseball this season.
Yeah.
just angrily throwing things.
No.
Yeah.
There
Well,
weren't
you
baseballs.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a good talk, man. Good conversation for sure.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we have to wrap this up.
Yeah,
We're
we
eclipsing
should.
2 hours here.
We are.
This is the longest.
This is hands down the longest episode.
Hell yeah, man. On my way here, I was like, oh, I can't be the short. I don't want to be like so boring but I don't want to really try to be funny either, you know? It's like I just gotta be interesting on my own, you know?
No, it's been
I
great,
think
man.
It's been
we
fucking
made it,
awesome.
you know?
I think this is the perfect
Let's do
timing to end it. And Randy, thanks, man.
it. Thank you, dude.